Today I'm going to tell you how I lost 30 pounds twice. That's because I have two babies, I was pregnant 2 times, and both times I gained around 40 pounds in each pregnancy. And first 10 pounds melted off super fast, but I was left with 30 pounds, even 33 pounds each time of baby weight. And first time it took me more or less 7 to 8 months to lose all that weight, but second time it only took me 4 months. I'm here today to tell you exactly how I did it so you can bounce back like a Victoria's Secret model, but without thousands of dollars and a team of dietitians, nutritionists, private chefs and private trainers and all that. I'm a 37-year-old dietitian and a mom of two, and if you would like to see more videos about nutrition, health and beauty after 30, do subscribe to my channel. And do listen to this video till the end because my last point is very important, at least to my weight loss journey was very, very important, and it makes all of the other points way easier to execute. First point is obviously diet. Me personally, I focus on high volume, low calorie foods like fruits and vegetables, well, mostly fruits and vegetables, and lean protein. And for me, it was very important to eat as much as I needed to, because when you've just given birth, when you're having that little baby, you're so tired all the time, you're not sleeping properly, maybe you're breastfeeding, and the hunger attacks are real. So I made sure to eat as much as I needed, as much as I wanted, but high volume, low calorie food, so I could fill up my stomach and feel satisfied at all times. Same goes for snacks. If you're breastfeeding, you know that you're going to have those sudden hunger attacks when you're breastfeeding and like you need to eat something. First of all, I always had water next to me, and second of all, I would always fill up on healthy snacks. I didn't do any of the usual protein bars or cereal bars. These things are not really healthy. They are high in calories and low in volume. I would always have fruits, fruit salad, smoothies, especially green smoothies next to me for extra nutrition, extra volume, but no extra calories. I'm not saying that you should be dieting hard when you're breastfeeding, when you've just given birth. You need to eat nutritious food and you need to eat enough calories to sustain yourself and sustain the little baby. But focusing on filling your belly with fruits and vegetables first and protein and fats later makes it easier to create a tiny calorie deficit so that the baby weight can melt off your body. No processed food, no junk food, nothing that comes in the package that comes from the factory. Real food with loads of nutrients that both you and your baby need at this very special time. Very high in volume because there is a lot of fiber, a lot of water, low in calories, so you bounce back to your body. And on that note, it was also very important for me not to be drinking my calories because liquid calories don't really fill you up. They don't give the same satiety signals to your brain as food does that you have to chew that actually fills up your belly with volume. Liquid calories make it very hard to lose weight. So for me, I was drinking mostly herbal teas, water, and some very weak coffee. And also smoothies, which I don't usually eat. I usually prefer whole fruits that you actually have to bite and chew. But when you're having a little baby, smoothies are just very nice to have prepared in the fridge whenever you're hungry, whenever you need something with lots of vitamins, minerals, just something healthy, a snack that is easy to drink with one hand while you're holding baby in the other. Regarding supplements, I was still taking my pregnancy vitamins when I was breastfeeding, and I was taking my omega-3s and iron because I was low in iron, and I was taking vitamin D after the first pregnancy. Now, nutrition is important, but moving really makes it easier to lose weight. Although we're not in a great physical condition, we don't necessarily have energy, we don't have time for exercising, one thing we can do is walking. And walking is the best physical activity for losing weight because it burns a lot of calorie without putting stress on your body. It's a low impact physical activity. You can do it every day over and over again. And what is really important, you can do it with your baby. Do you know how well babies sleep when you're walking with them? You can either put them in the pram or you can wear your baby and you can just walk around the house when they are sleeping. You can go outside when they are sleeping. For me, I was shooting to do at least 16,000 steps every single day. And the more I walked, the more I saw weight melt off my body. There was an undeniable connection between how many steps I did during the week and how much weight I lost during that week. The more steps, the more weight loss. That being said, after a few weeks from giving birth, I did start doing core exercises. Our core takes a beating when we're pregnant because of the weight distribution, because of different pains, because of the extra weight that we have on us, because of the birth. Our pelvic floor and our core needs to get back to its previous condition, or as close to its previous condition as possible. So for me, I learned the lesson hard way, and the second time round, I actually went to physio and I did proper exercises for core and for pelvic muscles, and it really helped me to get back to proper exercises like weight training later on, because I didn't have all of those instabilities, pains, and other things that come with pregnancy. So I really do recommend that even if you cannot go to physio, go on the internet, go on YouTube and research post-pregnancy core workouts, post-pregnancy pelvic floor workouts, and do some, not even a long time, like 20 minutes every single day when the baby is sleeping or when the baby is doing belly time. You can do it in front of them, and it's going to change the way you bounce back later on when you go back to those actual proper weight exercises. And now the last point that for me made a huge difference, and I need to give you a backstory here. First time when I gave birth, as a first-time mom, I was terrified of hurting my baby. And I've read so much about SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. I read so much about how you're not supposed to be sleeping next to your baby because you can suffocate them. But my baby turned out to be a high-need baby, and I know that because I have a comparison with my second baby. He didn't want to sleep alone. He didn't want to sleep by himself. The only way he would sleep was on my chest, on me, or just next to me with my hands on him. And I knew that I wasn't supposed to be doing that. So what I would do is always try to put him back in the cot, fall asleep myself, get a few minutes of sleep before he wakes up, and I need to put him to sleep again and then put him back to the cot. And it was horrible. It was such a struggle. And around month 3 or 4, I just broke down and I decided I was going to be co-sleeping. And it changed my life and it changed my weight loss journey. That was the actual moment when I started losing the weight after the first pregnancy. At 3 to 4 months mark, I started losing weight and I lost it all within 4 months after that. During my second pregnancy, I have decided I'm not even buying a baby bed. I knew straight away I was going to be breastfeeding and co-sleeping with my baby. Why? Because sleep is so important. When we're not sleeping, we don't have energy. When we don't have energy, our body is going to try to force us to look for that energy somewhere else. And the first obvious source is food. So we're actually more hungry. We're eating more because we need that energy when we're tired. Second thing, there are actual studies that show that on the same weight loss diet, people that don't sleep enough lose more muscle and less fat than people who sleep 8 hours a day. And I know that it's probably not doable to be sleeping 8 hours a day when you have a newborn baby, but you can try to prioritize sleep, and breastfeeding and co-sleeping was a way for me to get that sleep that I needed, because during the night the baby would be sleeping next to me. She could feel me there all night long, so she was sleeping like a baby, which means I was sleeping like a baby. And I truly believe that the fact that first time round it took me almost 8 months to lose all the weight, and the second time it took me only 4 months to lose all the weight, even though first time I was walking more and eating better, because second time I had 2 babies already to take care of. I truly believe that the fact that the second time I lost weight faster was due to me sleeping better. And I'm not telling you that you have to co-sleep. This is a decision that everybody has to take themselves. I'm just saying that prioritizing sleep in one way or another is very important for your health and for your weight loss. Go ahead and check out my video how to actually lose weight fast. See you there.